So you and the rest of them that know what time it is, y'all come on. You leave that loser where he is. He's a loser. He's a loser. No, me and Zoe, we ain't doing nothing for nobody except for ourselves. We got you, loser.
All I can say is it's about time. We have a bunch of black Trump supporters coming against the mayor for all the ridiculous liberal woke nonsense that he has been doing for years upon years, telling him to get in line. Trump is in office. He's going to make America great. But I want to give you all the details. I want you to watch it with me. So before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to RTM News to ensure to YouTube that you're enjoying our videos. And then that way they will continually show up in your feed. And then they'll push it out to more people. I'm Titus. Let's get into these videos.
Good afternoon.
I want to know, how does it feel that Trump is in office right now? You see the Mayor Brandon Johnson, you underestimate us. You underestimate the black people and you underestimate Chicago Red. We're the thorn in y'all side and we're gonna be the thorn on everybody else in this council member side too. If you don't stop what you're doing, we're gonna take matters in our own hand and we're gonna stop it. You know that Trump had pulled 45% of the voter in the state of Illinois, 37 in the city of Chicago. That's the statistic. That means that Illinois is turning purple. We're gonna turn red.
Y'all can bird dog me all y'all want, but if it's relationship over duty, then y'all don't serve the blue. And you can smirk all you want.
Mr. Sims, direct your attention towards me, please.
You're a criminal. Why do I gotta address you? The feds need to address you. DOJ need to address you, and hopefully Donald Trump will address you. Criminal? Because you're gonna protect the undocumented. Why you gonna allow for the citizens in Chicago to suffer under your, 3%? See, Joe Lopez cooked that 3% up a long time ago. Y'all called it a circuit breaker. Y'all been talked about it. Remember, before you came in here and gave that jovial speech, you need to be inspected. You ain't that creep over there.
Acting like, you just gonna bully everybody. You got people, officers whose families don't even want you to come to the funeral. You just like a schoolyard bully. That at some point, and you might not know nothing about it because you grew up in Elgin, but those of us who grew up on the south side and west side of Chicago, we all know at some point that bully gets cornered in the alley and everybody come at him and he ain't gonna have nobody to help him. That's you. That's you. Keep thinking you ain't gonna abide by what the president of the United States said. Everybody know better than that. I see you, Anna Valencia, in your red. You know what it is. This is the second time you showed up in city council in red. You know what it is? Yeah. Yeah. So you and the rest of them that know what time it is, y'all come on. You leave that loser where he is. He's a loser. He's a loser. No, me and Zoe, we ain't doing nothing for nobody except for ourselves. We got you, loser.
14% rating is what you appear to have, Brandon Johnson, across the United States, or how they see you. But 14% rating. Now, I'm going to talk about all those known donations of $11.5 million that came from places like the CTU, the SEIU, the American Federation of Teachers, Illinois Federation of Teachers, and then someone got the nerve to get on there and talk about cutting their pensions. What about our real estate? Because see, we paid for these properties for a purpose and not for you to go touching it with $300 million that you want to siphon out of the citizens' pockets. Get rid of the illegals and that'll take your money right back. Start it off with that.
My brothers and sisters have woken up. Or according to them, they've been there. They just haven't been represented. They said, you about to see? They said, you about to see? This is so beautiful. Seeing the change, seeing how publicized this is. Because us black, saying black conservatives is stupid. We're just conservatives, but it's like there's this narrative that there's not many of us, that we don't exist. We're like the sellouts. We're the with Uncle Tom. It's like, no, we all just want better for our country, our community, our own lives, our families' lives. And it's such a good point to call these people that are allowing these illegals to just run rampant in their city criminals, because you're a criminal. You are complicit in allowing all these people to cross our borders and then funding their right to stay here when they are breaking our laws. They're criminals. It's amazing. This is only the first. We have another video, same thing. They're coming at this mayor in Chicago, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. So we're gonna check this out right now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. You spent over $574 million on illegal immigrants here in Chicago, Illinois.
What? Did you hear that number? That's crazy work.
Since 2022. Now, you still feel like you have to harbor these illegals, which is not a good idea. And in my personal opinion, I don't think it's a good idea to challenge Tom Homan on this, because he's trying to clean up our cities, Mr. Brandon Johnson. Now, let me just remind everybody here that Brandon Johnson is terrible with the budget. How is this $40 million credit line is gonna work exactly? Because the key word is credit. So how much will we be using from this $40 million? And the real question is, how much will we be paying back? Now, you wanna sit here, you and JB Pritzker wanna puff out your chest and fight Tom Homan. We need Tom Homan here in Chicago. We need Donald Trump. And I don't want to see people like Pam Bundy and Cash Patel, you know, haul you up out of here and become prosecuted. I don't want to see that happen, but they will do their job if they have to, Brandon Johnson. Now, we are $1 billion in debt. That's absolutely insane. Kamala Harris, she spent $1 billion on her campaign less than a year, and she's $20 million in debt. So it's looking like Democrats are bad with money. Now, you ignored me for 10 to 15 seconds last time I was speaking, and I really did not appreciate that at all. But I got a Christmas present for you. Let's remind the people of Chicago that Brandon Johnson spent $32,000 in campaign funds on haircuts and makeup. So I got an early Christmas present for you, Brandon Johnson. This is some makeup for you right here.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He spent $32,000 on hair and makeup. That's crazy. Your tax out. That's insane. And then he gives him makeup. That's crazy.
You got some rouge. You got the makeup brush right there, so you can save this people some money, for crying out loud. Now, let me tell you people, I'm going to be serious here. We need to start voting different in these cities like New York and Chicago. Stop voting these people in. It's not Democrat versus Republican anymore. It is populist versus establishment. It is the populist versus the establishment. Stop letting them trick you into the race baiting when it comes to Brandon Johnson. Oh, black people need help too. Trump want to hurt black people. What are you talking about? We're legal here. We are legal. Now, I'm trying to be nice about this. And Mr. Brandon Johnson, I do respect you in a little bit of way because you're trying the best that you can. I really want to believe that. But listen, man, you got a 14% approval rating. So the people is looking like they're telling you that you're fired, man. So I'm just humbly asking you, Brandon Johnson, to please come up with something that's reasonable by the end of this year, because I don't want to see a government shutdown, Mr. Brandon Johnson. Please do your job. I don't care if you're black. Chicago needs to get rid of DEI. I don't care if you're black. Can you do the job? Can you do the job, Mr. Brandon Johnson? And it's looking like you can't do the job. So please don't fail us.
It's the Mr. Brandon Johnson for me. Please do your job. You got a 40% approval rating. It's looking like they don't like you, man. Man, it's about time people step up to these politicians and just say, hey, what you're doing is, and I like that he even tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think you might be trying to do the right thing, but your approval rating sucks because you're not doing what's best for our city. You're not doing what's best for our state. You're not doing what's best for our country. You're out here allowing all these people to come illegally and wreak havoc in our city. You're prioritizing people that aren't even supposed to be here over the people that are struggling here. You're taking money out of our pockets that could be utilized elsewhere. You're not doing things the right way, and I'm gonna call you out on it. And I'm so happy that, and unfortunately I have to say this because it shouldn't matter, but black people are actually waking up and saying, no, absolutely not. So props to my people. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment down your thoughts below. I want to know what you're thinking, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.